It's a beautiful morning and the trailer is hooked up to the truck. What does that mean? It means we're off on another adventure. Where are we headed? Out to the outskirts of town to visit with some friends and pick up some stuff for new projects. The Skinners do some off-grid homesteading, and they actually run their own YouTube channel as well, which we'll link to in the description. It's a really cool place, and somewhere that we haven't been, we've actually only seen on video. So Tim and I have been anticipating this for quite some time, so we're really excited to be going. So I'm gonna hop in the truck, go pick them up, and then we're gonna head on out. So we made it. Tim, do you want to give us an introduction and tell everybody what's going on?
We're at Skinner's. Actually, we'll let Cecil tell you what fellow YouTuber. We'll let him say the name of his channel. And
hey, yeah, so if you want to find me, it's Off Grid Homesteading with the Skinners or Cecil's Shade Tree Garage. That's why the junk is gold.
It is. This is amazing. This is absolutely fantastic.
It is quite the place. I know Tim has, well, both of us have really been looking forward to coming out and checking everything out because there's plenty of things to see. And we headed out to grab a component for an upcoming project as well. So right now what we're going to do is we're just going to go on a tour of the place and have a look at everything that Cecil's got.
See this here?
Oh, no way.
That's basically Harley Davidson,
Yep.
right? American Motor Federation. They got into building lawn tractors.
Can I pop this?
Oh yeah, don't be shy. The starter is off of it, but look, it's got the old cast iron front end too, but American Motor Federation.
Wow. Well, they even did like a faux wood grain. Oh, it's got a cigarette lighter.
Oh yeah.
You don't see these around very often, but for those people who were out at the hill when they were much younger, people that are my age will remember Bent driving around on these all the time. They were orange, but they're also massive. I don't know what you would do if you ever got stuck in the snow and had to move it around. Cecil, give a bit of a background about your place, what you've been doing here, because we watch the channel quite a bit and I'm always impressed by what's going on, but some of the people that watch our channel might not kind of follow the same sort of stuff.
So I was raised on this property. So years ago, I met my now wife. We come out here, we stayed in a camper trailer for one summer. And it was so nice. We lived in town. I worked, I did a lot of different things. Heavy equipment, mechanic, welding, fitter. I wanted to move back out here, but I wanted this section where I lived years ago. So this was all trees and stuff. So basically, long story short, we lived in that old house up there. We nicknamed the pneumonia hole. We lived in it one winter. We just about froze. That spring, we didn't want to go back to town. We wanted to build a place, but we couldn't afford the lumber. Lumber was just crazy price, and I was between jobs. So I gathered up enough scrap, and I built myself a portable bandsaw mill. We started collecting logs. We built our own house with our own sawmill, and then boom, we have a channel. That's it. I stumbled into YouTube. It's a long story. I stumbled into YouTube. I didn't even know what it was called back then, and now we do YouTube for a living, basically.
Well, you're in the middle of building the barn behind you, right?
Yes.
And then inside the barn on the lean-to side there is the sawmill, which you just completed, right?
Yes. Now, when I say barn, I mean, let's face it, a guy like me, when it comes to animals or when it comes to animals, these animals are going in our barn. It's not going to be animals or moo animals. We want to turn into more of a woodworking shop, repair shop, do body work, stuff like that.
You built the whole building yourself and milled all the wood yourself.
Correct, and harvested the wood. And pretty much every piece of equipment we have here, we get, usually somebody's been finished with that we get, and we repair enough to be able to use it to harvest our logs. The log trailer we use, I built that out of scrap. These bobsleighs I'm leaning against, we pull these with our snow mills. I built that out of scrap material too. They go with cross chains. It's the old style bobsleighs built out of steel. I told them with either alpines or a snow bug, whatever.
Oh, there's more alpines over there too.
Yes, and there's 3 more out back. I have a lot of parts for them, and we run our house off solar, so I have some more solar panels there that I have to repair, but it's just diode work. You know, they get hit by lightning. There's 3 diodes in there, and they're a few cents to replace the diodes. The whole house is run off diodes or off solar.
And you did the foundation and the whole house and everything yourself as well?
Yes, the foundation, my wife and I poured that with a 5-gallon pail. It's 10.5 inches thick. It's all rock, not rebar. And the whole house was built out of rough lumber. but this was all trees and brush, and there was a big ravine here. If you look at my earlier videos, you'll see right there, the sawmill was in a big hole, looked like a water hole there with trees all around it.
No way.
And we've cleared this all out, yeah. And that's my latest.
Yeah, that's what I was just checking out. That looks great.
It needs work, but 306 straight six engine in it, automatic. It's a 1985 carbureted.
Nice.
And the amount of room in there, like you could basically, if you wanted to work on this, you could basically pack a lunch, hang a hammock inside, and you could do your work on it. Oh wow! Oh wow!
It's in great shape in here.
It was an Alberta truck, so I need to do the one rad cradle mount. I noticed that because I noticed it was sagging a little bit here, and a little bit of floor work, but it's nothing really that bad. It runs down the highway great, and I just traded some stuff for it as well.
And everything is nice and accessible.
Yeah. This has the alternator with the voltage regulator that you can pop open and you can do whatever you got to do. It's got the old solenoid on the side. The starter is easy to get to. So it's got an electronic ignition, but it's got the little Motorcraft brain box here, which I have lots of.
Auto light? Is that what it is? Or
Motorcraft. Yeah, Motorcraft here. Motorcraft. And it's got a mechanical fuel pump. The power steering pump is like, everything's easy to get to. Like, it's just.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. And it'll serve the exact purpose you needed it for. Like, that's great. That's the best part.
It will give our little car a rest, because we haul a lot of stuff with our little car, and it's only a little Chevy Aveo, but it does it. We pull a 5x10 trailer, and I'm constantly hauling stuff like this home unless people drop it off. One year I was told with the 440 for this style and the headlight. There's your headlight.
1975
fuel tank.
Wow.
I believe it's a 71, this one. The tank, the license plate says 71. And this style Nordic, you see, this style Rotax 440, it never had the cover on the front.
Right.
Because the fins never blew, I think they went sideways, but this one here blows it out towards you, so it's the half cover Rotax 440.
Wow.
And it's a small fan. A lot of the 440s, the newer ones, they had a Nicosil cylinder wall inside. It was sprayed with that chrome Nicosil.
Yep.
And it had the large fan tower on it. This is a small fan tower, but it starts and runs amazing. And it's the 18-inch wide track.
That's so cool. I like the grab handles and everything. Everything's in great shape.
Getting hard to find that stuff nowadays.
Yeah. Well, especially that the cab's not all cracked up or the stickers are missing or all that. You know what I mean?
I have a couple spares over by the shed too. I collected. Some of these came all the way from Cochrane. And I'm always getting stuff like this here.
Oh, I saw this.
3-cylinder diesel. Look at that cute little thing. I was thinking of putting a chain maybe and hanging it on, say, my keychain in the car or the truck or something.
Well, what was this?
0-turn lawnmower.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I have the rest of it out back, but I don't know what I don't know if I'm going to power. I don't know, a large compressor, a generator, I'm not sure. Maybe a hydraulic motor and build a wood processor.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I'm not sure. We are trying to grow most of our own food here. So we have apple trees, cherry trees, grapes.
Oh, cool.
Different types of raspberries, black currant. Oh, these here are my favorite here too. Years ago I took some seeds and I threw around here and we got chives.
Oh.
Then we have grapes.
Are they coming up?
Oh yeah. See?
Oh wow.
So grapes in here, see here?
Wow, cool.
Some of them's probably just, it's hard to see that leaves in the way. Can you see them in there?
There you go.
We'll go to my brother's if you want, because I'm pretty sure they have me outdone for parts.
I would love to see your brother's place.
Tim, I think, has wanted to see your brother's place for many, many years. Because it was always what was just kind of urban legendy with us, right?
Yeah.
So there's these guys that live out of town that have this motorcycle junkyard, and we don't know who they are, and we'd love to go and see it. So this is today is a huge deal for it's maybe a dream come true for Tim in some ways, that he finally gets to go and check this place out.
So that's an old compressor.
Holy crap.
Wow. Yeah, that's old steel wheels. I believe my brothers had it running, but I mean, what do you use it for? I mean, to fill up a car tire, you don't understand. A big old gas. So they're like me, they're always collecting and bringing stuff home.
It's great.
Like I say, they have probably, oh, they got me outdone for stuff.
Pick up, I see a... Oh my
No
God.
way!
Yeah.
Where did that mail car come from?
It's a Cushman, yes. And then they redid the paint, put stickers on it years ago. They got a few here. They have a lot of remnants for three-wheelers.
No kidding.
Old international truck.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
John Deere snowmobile dashes for a JDS4, JDS8.
Do they use this as like a yard car?
No, they just... If you see the stuff they have, you'll realize they don't have much time. It's like me, they don't have time to run everything. So here it is here.
This is so cool.
This is wild. Oh, and
It starts and runs.
that's amazing.
So here's my brother's winter mode.
one of those.
Yeah, that's my brother's winter mode of transportation, and that's his summer.
Okay, because I've seen this around town.
Yeah, that's my younger brother. He drives that.
That's cool. And so, weird question. Has he ever had a problem with insurance?
Yes. But he
You have-
managed to get a company to give him a good deal on. Well, I say good deal. It's probably not a good deal. Now you recognize that, guys?
Oh
That's an old Husqvarna 250 motorcycle.
Wow.
He's got 3 or 4 of those, and they still run.
Those are wild.
So my brother's been into fixing up these old Huskies. Do you remember those?
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like Diablo Rouge.
Yeah.
Diablo Rouge was made by Boland's, and I believe Husky was as well.
Is it everything you've expected?
Oh man, this is crazy.
You know, they have a few ATVs. It's hard to see, but he's got another Cushman in here with a dump box.
Oh wow. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I'm Mark.
Meet you, Dan.
I'm
Nice.
Jeff.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Dan, why don't we take a look? Why don't you show us your Husky? A few more spare chainsaws and weed whackers for parts here, and an older style mower.
Oh wow.
The engine lays down on that one. So here's some of the stuff they have in here. Like I say, he's got a few chainsaws in here.
Holy. Wow. This is amazing.
Oh wow.
Dan, this is
just like-
impressive. This is so cool.
Oh cool.
So if you look back, they got a few more.
So they were
There.
cabin trailer, right? Sure.
I got the other sleigh for this one up there. I haven't doing up yet. It's like that one. I just lined it up here.
And back in here too as
belt.
well, Mark. There's a few there's a few chainsaws back in here as well.
And chainsaw collecting, hey, that's cool. They can be pretty intense.
See, there's a brush saw up there. Some chainsaws here, and then they've got a few more here. And then they got a few more down there, all the way to the back, and some little generators up back. I believe this is an old compressor here too. I could be wrong.
No, you're right. See, it has a chainsaw motor on it.
This one here.
Yep, 2-cylinder chainsaw engine on it.
Okay, that's a compressor. And like I say, these are little water pump generator. 12-volt generators, I think they are. 12 volt or 48.
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be a 2-man, right?
Yeah. A few stuff, but this is just one of their buildings. These are for drilling holes in the tracks, on the railroad tracks. You start that up and it'll literally run a hole through the track.
Right.
So what's this?
That's his chainsaw, yeah. 2-man chainsaw. So one fella would be down here. Sneak through here.
Here.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, so here's the handle for the second person here holding the saw, and the other person would hold the handle down there as they're cutting trees down. I don't know what that is out of, but look at the size of that piston. Maybe it was their chainsaws.
There's a few of them here about that size.
Maybe their little leaf blower they used back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, there is 1 or 2 of them.
That's
walking
awesome.
around the corner.
How far back do you go? Do you know, like as far as date wise?
Date wise, I believe between 40 to, I think that's about a 44 to 45.
Right.
But I'm not totally sure.
It's amazing.
And then them are crank telephones. The box.
Oh, wow.
Oh, huh, cool.
Yeah, don't grab the wire and crank.
It'd be on this side.
Oh, this side here.
No. The one on this side, that one there I have bolted shut.
Oh, okay.
And then you crank that, and it creates power.
Oh, nice. I've got a dynamite plunger in my kitchen,
Okay.
and that was I had to unhook the wires inside. It still worked, so I had to unhook the wires inside so my kids didn't zap themselves when they were playing with it.
Got a brush saw right there. That thing would take a fella to use that. You imagine having a clear brush back in the day? It was probably Ontario Hydro or something, that one.
Yeah. I think so.
So did you restore this, Dan?
Yes. Welded the whole top in.
It's in great shape.
Well, it is now.
It was pretty rough when you got it.
This here is off an old freezer that had to be welded in. It was all rotted out from here to here. The handles are homemade. We had to join them here, here, and here.
Wow.
And so to make them fit. The throttle. So far I just got to tighten up, put the motor back together, and
And then
tracks, cleats, everything are made.
that you had to do pretty much the same on it.
Yep, that was pretty much the same thing. It runs too now.
And this is the sleigh for this one?
That's a slide for that one, yeah.
But this one took the larger sleigh. No. So that is the larger sleigh, right? That's got the
the
larger
smallest
pipe for the
sleigh.
600. Okay.
It's over there.
So the 600 had the larger pipes on the sleigh,
Yep.
and the 200s and 444s took
444
small
was
ones.
smaller.
Wow.
So that's basically a 200 or a 444 or a 400.
So that's what they're making now, and they're calling them snow dogs. They're trying to make
Yes.
these now.
They're trying to bring them back, huh?
Yeah. Like, what kind of name is that? Commando. It's made by Lombard, but I think it's actually made by Remington or something, weren't they, Dan?
No, Lombard.
But it sure looks like Remington, don't it, though?
Remington Home Light. Same thing
Yeah.
as Home Light.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But there's a Lombard right there. That's also Lombard right above your head.
Older.
There's another, a little bit older. Oh, there's another Lombard. That one over there.
This big guy here.
Yes.
Wow.
And the one right here is a skill. That's a skill saw, but in later years they come out, as far as I know, I was told they were supposed to be a Canadian. They come out after as a Canadian.
So where's your
And
hit and
that's
miss? You hit and miss. Let's
Up
check
here.
those out. Yeah. Like we all love these old gasoline welders, these old pipeline style welders. That's an old Westinghouse.
That
with
one's
a
cool.
6-cylinder in it. Yeah, that's a big one. Like that one probably goes through a gallon of gas every 15 minutes or something, but sometimes you only got to weld for 15 minutes, right? But it's got the old slant 6, the leaning tower of power. It's got the old slant. Now, the thing about Dodge, these slant 6s, they're mechanical lifters. So if you remember back in the day when they did that video advertising, I think it was STP or somewhere, where they drained all the oil out of it and they started up the slant 6 and they're running, they're spraying water on, they're saying, look at how good our oil is, the engine still runs. The reason they had to use a Dodge Slant 6 is because all the rest are hydraulic lifters and they wouldn't run without oil pressure in the engine.
Okay.
These are mechanical lifters, so you could drain the oil and they would run. Most other engines, when they start running out of oil, they start missing. And
Yep.
But
That's really cool. So there's more in this building over here.
yeah, and there's more out in the bus out there.
Oh,
in that
jeez.
shed, and then there's more, and that's not counting the cars. So in here, there's a few more.
A little bit newer bikes behind.
Yeah, that's where my brother does his repairs in there. So valve grinding machine here, tire machine, a lathe, more Husqvarna motorcycles, dirt bikes,
Holy.
a few parts hanging up here too if we need it, or if they need it, I mean. Or myself, sometimes I come up and get stuff too, and then
More
I
in the
bring my
back.
stuff up as well. That's a little dark out there, maybe you can see it.
Oh, there's a light on.
What's that motorcycle right there? That looks like I'm not sure what that is. AMF.
AMF 250, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
250 or 240 or something.
Some weird.
Yeah, they're weird numbers.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah, a few more stuff in here. See that? Suzuki RV 90 or 125? That's a 90, right? Yeah.
Yeah, these are cool.
90 was it green or red?
Red.
Red, and the 125 was
green.
Was green.
Yeah.
A few motorcycle frames, boat motors, whatnot. More ATVs. More ATVs. Snowblowers. It's got a few of these old style plows.
This is cool.
Oh, wow.
The engine is right inside the wheel.
And a Volkswagen engine.
Yeah.
A couple of them up there.
Yeah, more parts here.
What?
Just
Tell.
Slap your knee on that.
Yeah.
It's a Kincaid garden tractor. As far as I know, in 1910, don't quote me, I'm not sure, but in 1910, what I heard was they made the second wheel. Or 1913 maybe. They made the additional wheel to turn it into a two-wheel
that
tractor.
went on here. So the engine's in there.
This is identical to that one.
Except for the addition of
The
the.
additional wheel. And then they move everything to the middle of the body.
Okay.
Little boat motor.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, see, that's what I always wanted for my living room.
Well, if you're looking for something, we got a couple. We got a bunch.
I'd say I could bring you some chainsaws and trade, but I don't think I'd have anything.
So here's the old engines that used to go under the gasoline washing machines. Here, 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 all down here. Most of these all went on those old gasoline washing machines. They were used for other things too.
Let's
It's
like, was it a dryer?
Nope, that's a washer.
Oh, it's a washer. Okay.
yeah, different stuff. Different old. That's an
Okay, so
that's
it's
an
the
old gasoline engine there.
Cool.
Hit and miss here.
That's cool.
So
And
more Gilson
Take
hit and miss.
off the electric motor, and you can put this on, which is your kickstart gas powered engine.
Say that again, Dan. What? How did? So this is a washing machine.
This is a wash machine. You
Yeah.
can take the electric motor off with these right here. You take that off, and you can bolt this on for kickstart. Then you just step on that, start the engine. This belt runs back up, and it starts washing your clothing.
So they have a few of these old tractors. These are old cockshut tractors, what they called. A sawmill, circular mill, but he has a bandsaw mill now inside that building. These are the old row crop style, had the two tires, and these all run, they all work. There's an old 1968 Plymouth Fury 2, I believe. It still starts, runs and drives, but you don't use it. I mean, the body could be fixed on it, salvageable.
Oh wow, it's in good shape.
It is salvageable. I mean, but how much stuff in it closes, like they all open and close really good. Volkswagen.
This. Tim's gonna go crazy when he sees this.
And I don't even think my brother's gonna fix it. He got it. He may even get rid of it.
What's this?
Another Cushman.
That is awesome.
So they have a few of these Cushmans. They also have the sander that goes in the back. And then they have another Cushman in there as well.
Does this run?
Yes, this one runs too. They pretty much all of them work. He was doing some work on the front tire, but he used this around the mill. He puts a slab.
That's
on,
what made
moves
me
it around.
ask, was because there was wood in the back.
Yeah, every one of them work. There's another one in there, I believe. More old snow machines, garden tractors. This is where their overflow goes. And then he's got these Rambler Classic 4-door. Another Rambler Classic 4-door. And then he's got a Rambler Classic 2-door up here. And he's got the little Rambler American 4-door up there. That one he ordered brakes and bearings, I think, for the front of that one. And then the bumper was bent, but see the condition of the bodies on these? They're not
Well, that I noticed that when we came in from the other side, that you could even through the bush,
yeah.
that it looked great.
And see this one here, this little Rambler American, look at the body on it. He moves them around. He doesn't drive them on the road because he doesn't want to get any wrecked. But see the body looks like inside? Look at this. That's what they look like. They're pretty clean cars yet. Yeah, and back here. There's a dent here. But they're like me, they get them, they store them, and you know, sometimes they use them, sometimes they don't. And this side here too as well, you can see there's no real damage on this side at all. Original carpet, original seats. Here as well. Yeah. It's fairly clean. You see the side here.
Well, it's all the spots where they usually rot out along like the inner fenders and stuff like that. Everything's there. That's the stuff that's in nice shape, right? Normally, there's just nothing left of cars this age that have been up north.
Yeah, and the engine's got the original color on it. The interior is out.
And these would have been
American
inline?
Motors.
Yeah, so it would have been the inline six. Oh, it was blue.
It is no Christine. You're not going to say anything that's going to come back with us. Could be I think it's the hornets and wasps I worry about.
Yeah. Yeah. What was actually all right?
Boskies?
Oh, cool.
Whatever that is, I don't know. But a lot of this stuff is overgrown. There's still a lot of motorcycle frames and parts in there that nobody comes looking for parts for, so they never get packed down, right? But here's some ATVs, three-wheelers, like quads, three-wheelers. See, there's some motorcycle frames that are out here a little bit. You can still see there's some still Snowjet snowmobile cabs.
The blue plastics.
Yeah, I don't know what that's. Honda.
Wow.
John Deere Spitfire 340. He's got a few of those. Here's another one here. John Deere Spitfire.
Snowjet?
Snowjet. Yep. Couldn't think of the name. But is that a Star? Or what one's that?
No, just Snowjet.
Just a Snowjet. Yep. That was my old Safari, but I found they didn't steer very good. And
oh, really?
Some more cabs in here as well. And then more in here. Arctic Cat, Wildcat, but then there's more down this other trail here.
Straight through.
And then back up this trail, there's some more up here. Is it a Jag or a Wildcat?
Really drops off too, huh?
Yeah, all around this property, there's all kinds of ravines here. They're really deep. Yeah, they were quite the machine back in the day. Here's an MX.
Oh.
I think that's.
The 650 was a big engine back then.
They were. I see there's another Wildcat. That's a Jag, I think. And then that's a, which one?
It could be anything.
So that's a 50-cent too.
That's cool. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. That's got to be ammo. So they had those. They remind me. They remind me of the. What were they? The crash up derby, the SSP. What were they?
SSP.
Smash up derby. There, you hit them and all the parts fly off. That's what those Yamahas remind you back into the panels that were on the side. And
it's a good engine for a snowblower.
Now that was a really hot bike.
Wow. Wow.
That was a hot bike at one time.
I'm gonna say that was a 4-Trax.
Yeah, you got her.
We can tell by the rack on the front, eh?
And a little bit of red plastic that's left. This is really nice.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That Enduro tire don't look bad until you put air on it, and then it'll look. Until you put air to it, and then it'll look like an old leather glove, probably. Or run it. So what do you think?
I think that this was an absolutely amazing tour. I'm blown away. There's so much neat stuff. I think the most impressive is the chainsaws, though.
Yeah.
That was, I think probably because when you mentioned that he had a chainsaw collection, I was like, oh yeah, neat. But I was not prepared for the site when I walked in. That's like a museum.
Yeah, well, if you had been back here when I was probably 18 years old, you would have seen that was all full of motorcycles. I mean, nice motorcycles. Like this would have been a parts motorcycle. Back in the day, there was so many nice ones here, like it was unreal.
So, and then at the time, it was just, that was business, right? People would come out and...
Yep, we'd sell parts.
Yeah.
Had people coming from all the way North Bay, Ottawa, you know, Toronto, looking for parts, and how they... There was no internet back then that we knew
word of
of.
mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we heard about it. Like, and I mean, when we heard about it, we're going back, you know, probably almost 20 years, right? And it was just something that someone had said to us about it, or someone had said to Tim. And the only thing that was funny was what we were told was that you guys didn't want to be bothered.
No.
So that's why we never came out, because they said, oh no, they don't want people coming out there looking. So like, oh, okay, as neat as that would be, maybe we'll just leave them alone, right? Because we're not those types of people.
Yes.
But it's too bad, because I would have loved to have seen that back then.
Well, when we were teenagers, that's how we made our money. But then I got into selling tractor parts, so I started hauling farm tractors home to my place down there when I was 20, 21, and I started selling tractor parts. So I had probably 60 farm tractors in my yard. So I'd go buy a farm tractor for 500 bucks, and you could sell an axle for 500 bucks.
Yep.
So, and that's what I did back then. And then I just decided to clean everything up. I gave most of it to them.
We're at the end of our visit with Cecil. Packing up our stuff here. We've got pressure washer. We're gonna come grab this snow machine another day, and then we are going to go and grab a motor down in the shop here that we're going to use for a future project. We'll go have a quick look in so we can grab it and load it up. We can look at Cecil's sawmill quickly too while he's down there.
It's nothing fancy. It's homemade. The sawmill.
Oh, I think the mill's awesome. And you know the funny part of it was, the saw part of it actually came from the high school that Tim and I went to. Did you went to TDSS too, Cecil? Well, there you go. Cecil went there too. I wouldn't have been called TDSS at the time, probably, right? NLSS. So he has built the whole thing, and you can check out the full build on his channel. What I'm gonna grab here is this motor right here for an upcoming project. We've spoken about it in the past in some other videos, and I'm pretty excited to show everybody what it is that we're doing. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time. There's Tim over there. Tim.